So I am starting something new. I am starting the Ridiculous Recipe series where we try out wacky, bizarre, and frankly ridiculous recipes. In this recipe, we are making a giant Jammie Dodger. Let's begin. So I'm basically gonna make a shortbread. I'm gonna use the shortbread recipe that we use in our salted caramel slice. You can see here, the biscuit's not flat around the edge, so I've got a tin that you would use for like a pie. I've got a cookie cutter to do the heart in the middle. And then I'm somehow gonna make these blobs on top, and then they've got a Jammie Dodger sign here, but I'm gonna do a little ridiculous sign. So I'm gonna start by making a shortbread. Shortbread's really simple: butter, flour, and caster sugar. 500 grams of butter going into my mixer, and then 200 grams of caster sugar. This is real riveting content. This is what the people want. The back of Tom. So I'm now gonna put 630 grams of plain flour into my butter mixture. Yeah, that's quite a lot. Whoops. Then you wanna mix that until it is fully combined and looks like a dough mixture. You might need to scrape down the sides. So this is the dough mixture. It's quite soft at the moment, so what I'm gonna do is roll it into some cling film and then refrigerate it for 15 minutes, just so it's a little bit firmer, so I'll be able to make the pattern that I want on top of the biscuit to create that shape. My spatula does not look happy. So I'm now gonna just try and create a ball with this and roll it up. I don't quite understand how people actually make stuff like this look so easy. I guess it's because they go for the polished look. So I'm going to put that in the fridge now for 15 minutes, just so it can just sort of stiffen up a little bit, so it's a bit easier to work with. So I've taken my dough out of the fridge and I'm going to divide it now into two, and I'm going to cook the top bit first, because I feel like that's the bit that's most likely to go wrong. So I'm going to do that now, and then I've only got one of these, so then I'm going to cook the base afterwards, but it should cook quite quickly. That half is for later, so I'm going to put that back in the fridge. So this is for the top section, and then this I'm going to keep, and I'm going to try and create that blob-like effect on the top with this extra bit, and my little ridiculously rich logo as well. So I'm just pressing it down, and then I'm going to make sure it's completely flat. You want to make sure that it is completely flat, because as this bakes, it will keep the shape a little bit. So any like bumps and lumps on top, some of those might not cook out and flatten down. So I might even try and get a mini rolling pin or something in there. I don't think I've got a mini rolling pin though, so something that resembles a mini rolling pin. This tin's got a loose bottom as well, so is that what they're called? That's rank. This tin's also got a loose bottom, so that when we, okay, one more time. This tin has also got a loose bottom, so when it's cooked, we can just slide it out and then slide it off easily, so we're not having to tip it upside down. So I'm going to attempt to use this to flatten it down and try not to put the actual bay leaves in it. Oh, no, that's not working as planned. Nope. Right, so if I go back to the picture of the Jammie Dodger now, you can see that like splat on top of the Jammie Dodger itself. So I'm going to use this little extra piece to try and create that blob look. And then I'm going to cut a heart out of the middle of it, and then this will be the top of our biscuit. At the moment, it's not looking how it was going to in my head. However, once I've cut the heart out, I think it can only improve the situation, so I'm not writing it off yet.
Do you reckon this is how they do it in the Jammie Dodger factories?
Okay, right, I'm now going to use this heart. It's not even a cutter. Oh no, it's gonna get stuck, isn't it? Okay, here we go, here we go. Okay. So the heart's not quite as sort of neat as I was hoping it would be. But I've made a foil sort of part to try and keep that shape in the middle. And then I'm gonna fill it now with baking beans. So this is ready for the oven. well, as ready as it's going to be, I think. It's a little messy, but I think it'll be all right. So this is going to be the top of our Jammie Dodger. The only thing I'm worried about now, I'm just preempting these issues, is that the biscuit itself might be a little bit too thin, so it might snap quite easily. So this is going in the oven now at 180 for approximately 12 to 15 minutes, and I'll just check it regularly. Wish it luck. Luck. I've just taken it out of the oven and the definition has slightly gone. You can still just about see the RR and the pattern, but I'm not quite sure how I would avoid that next time, but hey ho. So now I've got to attempt to get it out. Now it's still really soft. In an ideal world, I just leave this to completely cool, but I need the tin so I can do the bottom layer. Otherwise we're going to be here all day. But I'm going to try and take this out now, and I have got another base that will fit this. So then I'm going to repeat the process. So I've got my bottom half. Right, here we go. Let's take it out. I'm so scared. Oh no. Oh no. It's really hot as well. Oh, wow.
It smells biscuity. What do you think?
I'm going to leave this now to fully set before I try and take this heart out. It does look like it's going to come away quite easily. So I'm going to put this in the fridge, and then I'm going to repeat the process on... I thought this fit in here, but it's too big. So this is the other half of the cookie mix that I put to one side, or shortbread mix. I'm just going to flatten this out. This one's a lot easier because there's no pattern needed in the base. So this can be bumpy and doesn't need to be so neat, as long as it's right up to the edges. Right, and now that one's going to go in for the same amount of time. It took about 20 minutes in the end at 180, so I'm going to do the same, I think because it's so thick. And then take it out and let this half cool. So I've got my two biscuits. I've got the base here, and then I've got the top here. This one is still stuck to the bottom of the tin that it came, that it was baked on. So I'm really nervous about taking it off because it's obviously got a hole in the middle, so I'm a bit worried it's going to crack. But I'm going to start by putting some jam on this layer, and then we'll worry about that one after. I'm going to now spread a thick layer of this all over the base. I'm going to take this off the base. You see the base is still on there. So I've got a palette knife, so I'm going to start. Oh, actually, I'm really scared. Oh, I can feel it bending quite bad. It's free. I've just got to take the beans out now. It's getting it off this that I'm terrified of. Right, here we go. Here we go. Oh, I'm too scared. I think I've done it. Ta-da! You've got two layers, just like a normal Jammie Dodger. You've got the pattern here. You've got your little ridiculously rich logo here, albeit very faint. And then you've got jam there.
Oh no, oh no, no.
Yeah, that's the one.
So that's it. This is the first of our ridiculous recipes. It's only going to get weirder and more wonderful from here on out, so buckle in. Hopefully you enjoy them. Let me know if you'll be making this recipe at home, and that's it. Don't forget to like and subscribe and ring that bell for notifications.